All right, we're back talking NFL on WagerTalk TV. We're heading into Sunday's action with a record of 15-3 with our premium picks for clients. And we gave you a free play winner on the Seattle Seahawks for Thursday night football. A little bit of a controversial video. The randos in the chat are always telling me they know more than me. It's kind of interesting. In this video, we're going to break down two games for you. We're talking the Baltimore Ravens at the Kansas City Chiefs, and we'll finish up with the Indianapolis Colts at the LA Rams. Let's start with the Ravens and the Chiefs, two teams with high expectations, both 1-2 on the season. One of these teams is going to be 1-3 on Monday morning. Which one is it going to be? Well, Baltimore comes in as a 2.5-point road favorite. Total sits at 48.5. Baltimore 1-2 off a 38-30 home loss to the Detroit Lions. I had Baltimore in that game. One of my few losses, like I said, 15-3 on the season. So I've only lost 3 games. That was one of them. The Ravens, the number one scoring offense in the NFL, averaging 37 points per game. And the fact that they have a losing record would lead you to believe their defense just isn't that good. And that is correct. They rank 31st. They're allowing 32 points per game. That said, you look at who they've played. They played the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions, two potential top 5 teams, two great quarterbacks. So, yeah, they've given up a bunch of points, but that doesn't mean this defense isn't good. They came into the season with I think the number 2 ranked defensive line and the number 1 ranked secondary, according to Pro Football Focus. Of course, they won't rank anywhere near that heading into this game after 3 games. And that was a bone of contention with people in the chat on my Thursday night video, is that I'm not using the current rankings based on a 3-game sample size. And I think that the disparity in strength of schedule, the teams that you've faced is so important that there's no way I can lean too heavily into year-to-date stats after 3 games. And the Ravens defense is one of those cases. They rank poorly. I'm not ready to throw in the towel and say this defense sucks, because I just don't believe that. They've gone over in 7 of their last 10 against the Chiefs, and there's been an average of 49 points scored in those games. Derrick Henry fumbled the ball last week, and you guys know I'm a big Derrick Henry fan. I've been trying to break his NFL Combine bench press record. Last year, I did 21 reps at 225, coming up just 1 short of his record of 22 reps at the NFL Combine. We'll see if I can get there this year at the age of 50. Probably not going to do it, but I'll give it my best effort. I think this is a great game for Derrick Henry after that big fumble. He was beside himself on the bench, but he's facing a Chiefs team that isn't what it once was. His price to score a touchdown in this game, just $155, minus 155 for the anytime tutty for Derrick Henry. I like that one. His rushing yards total, 80.5. I like that as well. Let's talk about the Chiefs, though. I've said it all season long. I said it last year. This is a dynasty in decline. They don't have the weapons on offense that they used to have. You think about the Chiefs when they were winning Super Bowls. They had Tyreek Hill. They had Kareem Hunt in his prime. They had Travis Kelce in his prime. Neither of those two players are playing that well at the moment. Kelce has 10 receptions, 134 yards, 1 touchdown on 17 targets. He's not happy. There's been a lot of viral posts on social media of Kelce and Andy Reid getting into it on the bench. The receiving core doesn't have the talent it used to have. Xavier Worthy apparently will be available. He will be looking for his first reception of the season after going out early in the season opener after a collision with Travis Kelce. The running game is in complete shambles for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is their leading rusher, and I mentioned that last week, saying this is something that simply cannot continue. You can't have Mahomes out there putting his body on the line game in and game out. But Pacheco and Hunt are not getting it done. Pacheco's got 92 yards on 25 carries, averaging 3.7 yards per carry. Hunt, 81 yards on 23 carries, averaging 3.5 yards per carry. these guys, neither one of these guys would be starting on a playoff team, in my opinion. I'm down on Kansas City. I think they're fat and sassy. They've got a bunch of Super Bowl rings. They've got pop star girlfriends, big contracts with pharmaceutical companies and State Farm insurance. I don't know how much motivation's there. They don't have the talent they had. I think this is going to be a tough year for Kansas City fans. I like the Baltimore Ravens here, and I like Derrick Henry to have a big game. And I know I'm going to hear about it from the Kansas City fans, and that's fine. But before we talk about the next game, I got to tell you about a promotion we have available right now at WagerTalk.com, and this one is the most popular promotion I've ever seen. They're giving away the entire weekend of football. That's all day Saturday college, all day Sunday NFL. They're even throwing in the Monday night game, all for just $49. Did I mention that I'm 15-3 with my NFL picks for clients so far this season? Of course, that makes me the number one NFL handicapper at WagerTalk for this season. I'm also number one dating back to last year's playoffs, the calendar year of 25, also number one. Since the start of last year's playoffs, I'm 30-8. That's 79% with all my NFL picks. So give me a whirl this weekend. Grab that Weekend Warrior package. As always, there's no purchase necessary. You're more than welcome to tune in just for the free picks. I do ask very nicely that you smash the like button. That's important. But also, if you've got anything to say about this game or any other game on this Sunday's card or any college game or the Monday night game or anything you want to talk about in the comments, please let me know about it. If you don't like my haircut, I want to hear from you. You guys were awful mean to me in my last video on the Thursday night football game, but I appreciate all comments, the good ones, the bad ones, the nasty ones. Keep them coming. Now let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts and the LA Rams. The Colts are 3-0, baby, 3-0. And they're just lighting it up on offense. They went their first two games without punting, something along those lines. But how good is this Colts team? They played the Miami Dolphins. They played the Denver Broncos, who came into the season with high expectations, haven't lived up to them. By the way, it took a miracle for Indy to get past Denver in that game. That was a game that I think most people would agree Indy had no business winning that game. And then they beat up on the Tennessee Titans. Everybody's beaten up on the Tennessee Titans. Another thing of note is the Colts have benefited from a 5-0 turnover ratio. They have yet to turn over the ball, and their opponent has turned over the ball 5 times. That trend is not going to continue. You're going to have some turnovers yourself, and you're not always going to have the edge in that category. Daniel Jones, I mean, this guy had his first leg out of the league. I mean, nobody thought this kid would be a bona fide NFL quarterback a year ago, but he's thrown for 816 yards and 3 touchdowns on 72% passing. Danny Dimes is lighting it up with the Colts. Unfortunately for Danny Dimes, though, his right guard and right tackle are questionable. He can lean on the running game, though. Jonathan Taylor is the NFL's leading rusher, 338 yards, 3 touchdowns on 60 carries. That's 5.6 yards per carry. The Colts are humming. The Colts are a good team. There's no doubt about it. Even though they've got a questionable strength of schedule, I do believe this team is a good team. The Rams, though, they might have a great defense. They've got a quarterback that's been to Super Bowls. I mean, the Rams are a good team. They're 2-1. They should be 3-0. We all saw what happened last week, that bad beat. If you weren't tuning into the live End Zone show on Wager Talk TV, go check the highlights, because Kelly in Vegas was laughing it up when the Rams got a kick blocked at the end of the game, returned for a touchdown, for that worst beat people have seen in years. Rams pass defense, though, one of the best pass defenses in the NFL. They're allowing 165 passing yards per game. They're number one in the NFL in sacks. They've sacked opposing quarterbacks 12 times, and they've faced C.J. Stroud, Cam Ward, and Jalen Hurts. The Rams, though, also injuries on the offensive line. Right guard and left tackle are questionable. Devontae Adams and their tight end, Tyler Higbee, also questionable. So with the injuries and with the offensive line question marks for both teams, the total sits at 49.5. I think I like the under in this game. I think the Colts offense will be slowed by a very good Rams defense. So we're going to take the under in this game. If you like these picks, smash the like button, follow the channel. And if you've got anything to say to me, even if it's nasty, hit me up in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.